Good evening. The Wednesday, March 11, 2026 meeting of the Conservation Commission will now come to order. I call this meeting to order, and our first item is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The next order of business is the approval of minutes from February, do we have minutes from February 11th? Is that?
Yeah.
February 11th. I did not have a chance to read those minutes. I don't know if anybody has.
I didn't. I think that we accept them.
All right. Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous. The February 11th minutes are approved. Next item is the Certificate of Compliance, 242-1903, 186 Bradford Street.
This project, subject to an order of conditions that was issued in October of 2024, and it governed abandoning the existing subsurface septic system and connecting to the town infrastructure via a force main connection. The order was subsequently modified twice, first for connecting to gas in the street, and then the second for installation of a gas-powered generator. The generator received a waiver from the 25-foot no disturb zone, which was within lawn, which required relinquishment of a corner of lawn to revert back to natural vegetation, and cordoned off by a split rail fence and wetland markers. That's been installed and shown on the plan. I had approved removal erosion controls this past summer, so the site's totally stable, and I have no outstanding issues. All wetland markers are in. And I recommend issuing a certificate of compliance with ongoing conditions as prescribed.
Any questions?
All set.
No questions.
All set. Thank you.
Ready for a motion?
I move that we issue a full and complete certificate of compliance for 186 Bradford Street, 242-1903.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that is unanimous. Small project, NACC number 355894, Great Pond Road.
This project is coming under a Category L, and it involves removal and replacement of an existing stone mortar interior foundation wall of a barn with a poured concrete foundation. Demolition of a chicken coop, but keeping its foundation wall in place. Only a very small corner of the proposed stone construction access will be within the 100-foot buffer zone. And there's a perimeter stone wall against which erosion controls will be installed to enclose the area. Let's see. So it is with, it's next to the Lake Kachikawick and associated bordering vegetated wetland. A lot of the work is interior to the barn, so they're going to go down a construction entrance off the driveway, turn into the barn. They're going to take the large doors off, get up underneath, and do the work inside. Take any demolition debris up to a dumpster in the driveway, and that's kind of it in a nutshell. There was so little work in the buffer that I thought that a small project is appropriate. So Maureen Harold is here. She delineated the wetlands, and if we have any questions, we can field them.
Let's find out.
All set.
I'm also all set.
I'd like to hear a little bit more. So how far away from the wetland is it?
the 100-foot buffer zone is shown on the plan. So, as Amy mentioned, just a small,
Right here.
triangle of the crushed stone access drive, and the erosion controls are proposed within the 100-foot buffer.
So my cursor is showing edge of the buffer and then just a small,
Probably less than 10 square feet,
Yeah,
15
yeah.
square feet,
Yep.
something like that.
And what's going on in that 10 square feet? It's the removing of what's there and
It's-
pouring of...
well, it's a crushed stone entrance so that they're not sliding down. It's a little bit of a slope, so they're not like on a grass, and so they just,
Right now, it's existing lawn. I
Yeah.
have,
That would be great.
these aerials. They're okay, we'll be able to do the trick.
So is it the front triangular part with the window we're looking at? Is that the part that's in the...
Right, so on the left-hand side,
Yeah.
that would be the chicken coop that you're looking at, that's shown on the plan.
Okay.
But essentially, it's just to, as Amy mentioned, to prevent, tearing up the lawn or
Yep.
exposing any soil or anything like that.
So where we see the stone foundation, that's going to be taken out, and a new foundation is going to be poured there.
Just the sections that are highlighted. And in terms of the chicken coop, that's going to be raised, but that foundation will remain in place.
And do we see the chicken coop on this?
Yes, so that's the red structure closest to you as you're looking at the picture on the left-hand side. I can point it out.
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's this right here.
Yep. So that's coming up in the entire barn?
No, just the highlighted section, the dark lines on the plan.
Oh, okay.
That's the only portion of the foundation that they're repairing.
All right, I don't have any other questions.
So there's no work actually within the 100 then, it's all,
So the only work is the installation of the mulch sock
Yeah.
and that small triangle of crushed stone, just
Got it.
to access the interior of the barn.
yeah, okay, thank you. I have no other questions, sorry to be thick on that, I just want to make sure.
Me
I
too.
understood.
Anybody have any redirect?
I usually don't apologize for that, I just ignore it.
so, recommendation is to find this project to qualify as a Category L, approve it as proposed, and conditions that require inspection of installation of erosion control before work starts, quick pre-construction with the contractor just to go over the scope of the work, and then a post-construction to verify job completion and approve erosion control removal.
So the crushed stone is temporary,
Yes.
so can we add a condition that that will be removed and planted or stabilized?
Yes, right, so that's a good point, that's all stabilized before erosion control can be removed.
Yep.
Yep.
You might want to run a spell check on the last two bullets on here.
Oh, great. Okay.
Anything else? Any other questions? Everybody good? So,
I move that we find NACC 355-894 Great Pond Road qualifies as Category L small project with the recommendations as listed and noted by Marissa.
Second?
motion and a second. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous
Thank you.
as
Excuse me.
modification 242-1882-350 Winthrop Avenue.
That's the site plan. Should I start with this one, Brian?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right. All right, I'll just give a quick overview and you can fill in. So this order was issued in February of 2024, and it governs the plaza redevelopment, including Market Basket and the old Kohl's trading store locations, parking lot, drive aisles, and landscape island reconfiguration, stormwater improvements, and rear loading dock and utility upgrades. Site contains several wetland resources, BBWs, buffer zones, perennial streams, 200-foot riverfront area, and the 100-year floodplain. The order was amended in July of 2025 for a proposed under-drain system beneath the parking lot due to a perch water table condition. That's been completed. This modification request is detailed in a comprehensive letter that's in your package. And it's, the catalyst is that Kohl's pulled out of the development, and we have a Home Goods and a Marshall's coming into that space, and they need some modifications for loading docks and such. So that's kind of what this is accommodating. We did a pre-filing meeting with Brian Dundon, the project engineer, and we talked about making sure that any modifications are outside of the 25. They had a sewer manhole, I think it was, that was in the 25, so they moved that out, and because I wanted to make sure it was a modification as opposed to an amendment, and we weren't doing new work in the 25. And Brian, maybe you can just go over the, give us an overview of the changes, and
Sure.
then we can field questions.
Sure.
Well, let me, hold on, if you don't mind. Let me see if any of the commissioners have any direct questions first.
Sure.
Then, if necessary, you can go into a further explanation. Nothing at this time? Okay.
Yeah, nothing at this time.
Say a Home Goods and a
Marshall's.
Marshall's. That's really going to affect my bottom line at home.
I can see,
So I'm going to have to object to this project.
I have to recuse.
I noted several applicants are very happy that.
I don't have any other questions at this
Any
point.
questions?
Nothing for me. Thank
All right, so there are no questions. I don't know if that's good or bad for you. I don't have any questions. I understand exactly what the modification request is. I understand that there are no new disturbances or jurisdictional resources. Does that mean that the table is ready to offer a motion, or do we want an explanation from council?
I move that we approve the modification to 350 Winthrop Market Basket Plaza, 242-1882.
Second.
Does that answer your question?
That's what I was looking for. I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Opposed? That's unanimous.
Thank you, Amy.
Have a good evening.
I hope you don't get paid any less for not talking, or... 1101 Turnpike Street, National Grid, 242-1894, request for modification to the order of conditions.
Okay, this order was issued in December of 2024, and it governs a lot of work that a vast majority of which was outside of our jurisdiction. They're expanding parking areas and constructing a retaining wall and constructing non-jurisdictional gravel wetlands for stormwater management. No new work was proposed in the 25 or 50 or any of the actually wetland resources. Jurisdictional work did include 81 square feet of riverfront that is currently paved and will be repaved and restriped. 600 square feet of permanent impacts in the 100-foot buffer zone consist of conversion of lawn to new impervious parking area. The proposed modification includes new work within the buffer zone, the riverfront area, and the local 50-foot no-build zone, and includes installation of a new 1,000-plus foot-long underground power duct to service the rear parking lot that extends up the driveway beyond the new front parking lot. And that will terminate into a 7x7 transformer pad and 24 electric vehicle chargers for the fleet parking lot. All jurisdictional work proposed to be underground and within existing paved surfaces along the access driveway and the rear parking lot. And then there are other changes but they're outside of buffer, and they went before the planning board for those
Correct.
changes?
We were approved. We had a request for an insubstantial project change that was approved by planning board.
Okay. Alrighty, we have project representatives here this evening, if you want to introduce yourself.
Yep. I'm Shane from VHB Civil Engineer.
Karen Staffier, VHB Civil Engineer.
So again, I'll use the same rules of engagement. Let me see if any of the commissioners have direct questions they want to ask you first, and we'll follow down the road from there. Right.
So the only thing we're looking at here is the duct bank and the pad. The transformer pad?
Correct.
No, I'm all set.
I'm all set.
What's the distance from the pad to the wetland, closest wetland?
Let's see.
Is it within?
It's outside the 50.
Okay, that's all I was interested
Yep.
in.
Yep.
So
It's,
there'll be
it's
some-
within the 100.
Yep, so there'll be some new underground wire going within the 50, but nothing above ground, is that right? So it's going to be temporary disturbance within the 50?
Correct.
That's, I have another question.
No questions.
Amy, do you have anything else?
Nope, let's see, yeah, I don't, other than just making, I mean, they're proposing erosion control, so that's gonna be just lumped in with the pre-construction anyway, so I don't see a need for any additional conditions.
I assume you've approved the delineation and the-
Oh, yeah,
and
when we-
and the controls and
When
everything?
we did the order in the very beginning, yep.
I do have one question I'm afraid to ask. Was there an alternatives analysis done concerning the new work in the 50?
I'm not sure that there was.
No, but I think it's somewhat self-evident that staying within the paved areas for the excavation for the trench
Yep.
was the way to go. I mean, otherwise, you'd have to go under, well, I don't know if you couldn't go under the building to reach that rear parking lot, and you don't really want to go through the wetlands to trench, so.
So that's your alternatives analysis right there.
Yeah, okay, there you go, okay.
Thank you.
Well, the disturbance is temporary, right?
Yes.
It is.
I
It's a
mean,
temporary
and they're gonna pave the trench over, yeah, it's all pavement work.
To Sean's point, though, and I'm not going to hammer on this particular project, but wouldn't it be not considered a complete application if it doesn't have an alternatives analysis? And
Yeah, I guess it just seems,
not on this one, but let's
No, it's-
moving forward.
I get it.
No,
Yep.
you're on point. When,
Yep.
on any project that's looking for a waiver of at all, there needs to be an alternatives analysis
Yeah.
attached to the filing, if for no other reason should an appeal occur.
Right.
That being said, I move to approve the modification for 242-1894-1101 Turnpike Street.
Can I amend that by saying contingent upon the submittal of an alternatives analysis in writing within the next
Yes, you can.
2 to 3 weeks or whatever works for everybody? Just to, be consistent?
Sure.
Thanks.
So we have a motion, an amended motion,
Second to the amendment.
and a second to the motion and the amendment. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous as amended.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
All right, notice of intent, 520 Great Pond Road, 2421923. Update, additional tree removal request.
Okay, so I just wanted to give the commission update on our third-party certified arborist. So we had a successful bidder in Save a Tree, and I gave you their proposal and the arborist's CV. The Country Club Board did vote to release the funds to fund that peer review, so we're just waiting for a check for that, and then I can execute the contract with our peer reviewer, and then, you know, they did say that we need to see the ground to do an appropriate evaluation, so, you know, the snow is melting fast, so that should probably be happening within the next few weeks, I would say. So that's an update there. On another note, our field inspector was called out to the site to look at some mostly ash trees on Fairway 7 that are heavily impacted by emerald ash borer. And I can let Lexi speak to her observations, but, you know, they're very close to the fairway where people would be walking, hitting their balls and whatever, and they are in rough shape, and a lot of them are dead or dying, I would assume, right? Yeah.
Even if, I'm trying to, I honestly, off the top of my head, I don't remember if every single one of them was an ash tree, but if it wasn't an ash tree, then it was, I added to the list of trees for removal because they were terrifying and large and dying, so, or had like huge branches that were huge and dying, so, yeah.
So, Lexi prepared a tree removal letter because they were hazardous, and we reviewed it with the planning director, Jean Enright, and she thought, after talking it back and forth, we thought we should really just bring it to you because of the existing notice of intent that we have before us. And granted, they're kind of two different types of projects. You know, the trees that are under the notice of intent are mostly healthy. So it's not like they're, you know, hazardous necessarily, but we thought we would bring it to you just so if you had concerns or comments or questions, we can air that out. Boyd Hope is with us this evening. He is general manager of the club, so.
Let me see what the questions are so far. We'll work our way through that. Sometimes that works best.
Is there going to be a planting plan to go along with the cutting plan for any new trees?
For this type of, the problem with this is that normally, if the larger project wasn't happening, because they're hazardous trees, we wouldn't normally require a planting plan, because this is just it would be kind of a standard tree removal project.
Even with this many?
Well, yeah, the reason why I was comfortable with the number was because they're kind of far apart from each other. They're spread throughout the entire fairway, that section of the fairway. And they were all dead and hazardous, so it's pretty standard. Yeah, if it was that many clustered into one small space, then maybe not, but I was comfortable with the area they were in.
There is a lot of healthy trees there. These just stand out because they don't leaf anymore. They don't even fall, they don't even have little twigs anymore. It's just major branches that are falling. They've been dead for quite a while.
Good?
Yeah. So I just have one question. The potential BVW that's adjacent to trees 1 through 12, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just by like site observation? Is that like showing up somewhere or?
So that's actually in the aerial imagery, because when I went there, it was just tons of snow, so I couldn't really, but normally the aerial imagery isn't what we rely on, because it can oftentimes show at the wetland being further away, but I was comfortable because it was right along it. So like it could be more of the trees within the wetland, I guess, if I went back and looked at it again, but it seemed pretty accurate because looking at the aerial as well, most of it's kind of just the fairway, it's the course itself anyways. It's like all the trees are along, it's 1 through 12 are within the wetland mostly, or no, not 1 through 12, 1 through 8.
1 through 8.
Yeah, like so, a lot of those are more along the lawn, but everything else is right along the rock wall.
The rock wall.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not entirely based on field observations, but the combination of seeing where they were and the aerial imagery made me comfortable with making an judgment call. But I would also be comfortable going back out and doing another inspection if necessary.
So I guess 1 through 8 are, it looks like they're on the edge of the fairway.
They're all along, the fairway is divided off by an old stone wall.
Okay.
And they're all either just behind the stone wall or in front of proud of the stone wall.
1 through 8 are the ones that are less along the yeah, see, there
Yep.
you go. Like some of them get a little bit further into the actual
Fairway.
You can
fairway
actually kind of
itself,
see the stone wall behind it.
where the rest
Oh,
of them,
stone walls.
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that they weren't like, they wouldn't, to remove them, it wouldn't be like a
Yeah.
trudging through the wetland or anything like that, so, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay. Sean?
But they're all within BBW?
The ones that are, not all of them, I mean, some of them they're all different distances. Like the 1 through 8, I think that it's written there somewhere. But 1 through 8 are the closest to the BBW. And as you get further down the fairway, a lot of them get a little bit further away, potentially, just based on the aerial. And that's, that I couldn't really tell if it continued closer to the trees further down the fairway, the BBW, just because of the site conditions. But it does kind of go a little upslope, so it wouldn't shock me if there wasn't BBW there. But they all have at least the potential to be along the BBW,
Okay,
I would say.
thanks. Any other questions?
They're all jurisdictional.
Sorry, I have two
Yeah.
questions that are maybe related and probably both don't, but, with regard to the emerald ash borer, is there, like, if these trees are cut down, are there steps, does that infect other trees? Like, they have to take special precautions to remove those?
Do you mean like just the removal procedure to make sure that they don't
Spread
Just
to healthy trees? Or is that not a thing?
I mean,
I wish David were here.
they usually, it's not a dumb question, it's just that normally the removal would kind of prevent the spread to some
Okay.
extent. They probably are already in the surrounding ash trees.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of that's, we have to remove a lot of ash trees.
Okay, that's
So-
helpful. And then just in terms of the plan to cut them down, is that, like, how low, stumps gone, like, what's the plan?
We don't plan on removing any stumps. We're just going to cut them low.
Okay.
During frozen conditions, so.
Frozen or drought hard. The only time we can remove trees is if the ground's frozen or super hard. So not on shoulder seasons.
Thank you.
And then you're going to remove the trees that are cut off property?
Yeah, it would actually be done by a company like Rotel or something like that. They do most of our tree removal.
So, Amy, talking about winter conditions, delineation, that type of stuff, was there any portion of this update that was impeded by the winter conditions? Snow on the ground, like normally you can't, normally we don't delineate
Yeah.
frozen ground.
Right, right.
This was delineated, I believe,
Not on Fairway 7,
not on Fairway 7.
just the notice of intent across the street
Yeah.
on the,
So we need a delineation on Fairway 7.
I don't think so.
Normally, so if the NOI, if the larger project on the other fairway wasn't happening, and this was just a standard tree removal that we normally do, we don't require a delineation for that if they're hazardous trees. The only difference is that there's also a large tree removal project happening, so
Under
it was,
notice, so.
yeah,
It
exactly.
just seemed like, okay, so we're looking over here, and then they're cutting all these trees over there. Someone's gonna drive by and go, what are they doing? So we wanted to, like,
Yeah,
let you
no.
guys know that there's a problem on Fairway 7.
No, that's
and
why I'm
that's-
asking. That's the
right,
reason
and
I'm asking.
yes.
Because normally we have flags hung in the field, resource area identified. We're satisfied.
Yeah, I mean, for hazardous tree removal, we do not require people to get a delineation. We go out there and we estimate the edge and, you know, look at the trees and, you know, a majority of the time they're dead as doornails and they're obvious, you know, hazards
Yeah.
with an infected disease or
Yep.
insect, you know, infestation or whatever.
We're gonna
So-
require any mats for the vehicles to prevent.
I can tell you, we have such expensive irrigation in that area that
It's in their best interest.
if there's any chance that they're gonna damage the ground, we won't do it.
So that's gonna be a call made in the field, whether or not to require vehicle mats.
Yeah.
Because
And I don't,
you just mentioned you're gonna have a tree cutter, like I think you said Rattel.
they do most of our coursework,
Those trucks are heavy.
yeah.
They could do some damage.
I mean, it's likely if we miss this winter window, it'd be
Yeah.
likely something that we'd probably do more like in August or September when we know the ground is hard.
Okay, so
Yep.
I guess that's a call in the field, I think, my humble opinion.
Yep.
Typically, our tree removal letters have instructions for that they hand it to whoever they're hiring to do the work.
So I know,
Yeah.
I get it, and I know the company he's talking about, and they've been around a long time, they're a reputable company. That's the kind of company I don't worry about too much, but there are others.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get ahead of it before it
Yep.
happens, that's
Yeah.
all.
What I was gonna say is that, like, the letters say that there shouldn't even be heavy machinery within 25 feet of the wetland
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So there are instructions.
Gotcha. All right, let me see if everybody else, anybody have any other redirects?
The hazard is the trees falling on golfers? Is that the hazard?
That's the hazard.
Potential.
I guess I'm just curious, what are we voting on?
Nothing
fair.
Yeah, but
nothing
then what are-
Nothing
then-
necessarily. It's to, you know, to make sure you guys didn't have any grave concerns, to be
If-
aware that there's other tree work happening
Sure,
on,
so
you
so
know, at
what
the
what I
golf
would be
course.
looking for, if anybody on the commission wanted to offer any additional restrictions or amendments to the order of conditions, because it's open and we're talking about it, you could offer
The tree.
anything that you feel is appropriate, which would then be considered by the commission and voted upon, or if you're satisfied with what you heard, everybody's happy, you don't have to take any action at all. That's why it's in front of us.
Yeah, I mean, the Fairway 7 tree removal, we were anticipating doing under our tree removal protocol, and we can incorporate whatever conditions you want into that letter. That's what we would do.
Thank you.
Yep.
So this isn't part of the NOI?
No,
Gotcha.
This is across the street.
Right.
So,
Yep.
yeah, the other side of the
Right.
golf course.
Yep.
And it's in kind of a slightly elevated area, and there's probably more than 300 yards between the two projects.
Everybody good? Sounds like status quo.
okay, okay.
Do we need a vote to continue or anything?
Yeah, actually, we should.
That
Yep.
we continue 520 Great Pond Road, 242-1923 to the second meeting in April.
Yeah.
Second.
Motion and a second, any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
All right.
opposed, and that's unanimous.
What does that mean?
We're continuing the hearing until the second meeting in April in the hopes that our arborists can get out there in interim and start to look at things. And
Is that for the other part of the project?
Yes,
So,
not for the Fairway 7.
Not for Fairway 7.
We can move forward with Fairway 7 under our tree removal protocol.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
everyone.
Thank you.
242-1925, 83 Academy Road. Stevens.
Okay. I'll give a quick overview and let Dennis Ricci, the design engineer, or the project engineer, to fill in the gaps. The project entails removal of an existing failed leaching area and septic tank, which is actually in the 25. Installation of a new septic tank, distribution box, and leaching field to meet current Title V regulations. The system will service both the main house and the carriage house. Grading will occur to achieve the required elevations and cover over the new components. It's a Presby type system. All disturbed areas will be restored and loamed and seeded upon completion. The new leaching facility will be located in the 100-foot buffer zone, but will be greater than 50 feet from the resource area, but grading will be in the 50, but no work is in the 25. Construction access, stockpiling, and potential dewatering areas are shown on the plans, and details are on the second sheet of the plan set. The commission will recall issuing a negative number 3 determination in May of 2025 for work involved in the carriage house. And at that time, I was able to inspect the delineation, the entire delineation, so I already had that under my belt. So snow conditions didn't hamper my review. Board of Health has signed off on the system. We have a DEP file number, and I do have a draft decision ready if the commission sees fit to close the hearing, but Dennis is here this evening if you have questions.
So before I go to the table, is there anything that's pending right now?
No.
Is their application complete?
Yes. The application is complete and Board of Health is done with the review.
Okay, very good.
And do you have the DEP file number?
Yes, we do.
Great.
Yep.
I'm all set.
So the area of regrading within the 50, what is the surface condition now and what will it be in the future, or what is proposed?
Dennis Ricci, engineer with the Andover Consultants, here on behalf of the applicant. It's currently all lawn, and there might be some pictures. Amy, if you could go down a few, or
Oh, is it?
it's in this
presentation?
document, yeah.
Okay.
So you can zoom out. So that's the existing lawn. The system we locate to the left. If you go down a few more, there might, I think, be an aerial. That's the existing carriage house with the leaching tank or the leaching pit in front of it. Those are the existing leaching wells that are currently servicing the house and the carriage house. And I thought there was a GIS aerial.
Oh, yeah, up top.
Yeah, so that bottom arrow leader is pointing to where the system's going to go. That's currently a relatively steep slope, so it'll be built into the slope. So it'll be a stepped system built
Okay.
into that slope.
So it's previously
All
disturbed
existing
lawn
lawn.
area?
Correct, yep.
Okay, that's all.
No question.
I'm good, thanks.
Are there any abutters here tonight that wish to be heard on this project? And none answer. You looking for a,
I have a decision ready if the commission doesn't have
Okay.
any other.
we're looking for a motion to close.
Move
If
that we close the hearing for 242-1925, 83 Academy Road, and issue a decision within 21 days.
Second. Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous.
Thank you.
Do we have a DEP number for Bridle Path?
No, not
Okay.
that I know of.
Okay, 200 Bridle Path, 242, no DEP number. We'll take it as far as we can in the discussion, I guess.
I think Jamie checked. There's nothing, okay.
Amy, why don't you just give a brief,
Sure,
and then we'll,
yep. So, the crux of this project is an accessory dwelling unit for a family. And there's an addition that will project in the front into the footprint of the existing driveway. And there's rear additions that will house a porch and enclosed stairway. There is a existing rear seasonal porch that they want to convert to a four-season. And then there's patio and a deck that are proposed for rehab in the same footprint. The house was built in, I don't know, what was it, 1978. So it predated our local regs, so portions of the existing dwelling are in the 50, which pushes things, and actually the rear existing seasonal porch is actually in the 25. So there's site constraints based on 1970s construction. They are proposing some widening of the driveway and an infiltration trench. So the closest point of work is a second-story porch that will be 18.6 feet from the wetland. This required a watershed special permit with the planning board. Have you opened them with them yet? Tuesday. So they're going to be opening up with the planning board on Tuesday for a watershed special permit. Alexi and I visited the property yesterday with Maureen Harold, who delineated the wetland. Amazingly, we were able to auger, so that was great. I was very happy. And we didn't change any of the wetland flagging. So there are some plan updates that are needed. There's an existing fence, one section is shown, but there's more fencing that is out there that really should be get on the plan. Up near wetland flag 5A, there's a couple of propane tanks. I think it's important to know that there's a catch basin right here, close, if not into the property or on the side of the road. I suggested while on site that perhaps with the incursion of a new structure into the 25, that some mitigation should be thought about as part of the waiver request. The lawn, there's some landscaping sort of at the edge of the wetland. The wetland itself has trees, but it's sparse with it doesn't have a lot of shrub or understory vegetation. And yeah, a new walkway at the front off the driveway. Construction extras is shown, a stockpile area is shown out up at the front. The proposed addition and enclosed rear stairs are over an existing area of crushed stone where they currently store firewood. So it's disturbed sort of already. And The planning board has done a third-party peer review for stormwater. We have a final letter in your packets. The only outstanding major concern that they had was perhaps requiring test pits for the infiltration trench before work starts, but that the commission can talk about that. So that's an overview. We have public comment that I'll read into the record maybe after we get some questions going, but
Let me just ask you first, Alcama, the verification of the delineation, you were able to argue?
yes, yep.
You got through the frost? No refusal?
Oh, yeah, there's no frost. We were arguing.
Insulates the soil, so you can auger down.
I have frost.
Well,
We-
there must
we
be
were-
like not much snow there.
Okay, so you...
No,
So
we were.
we have a consensus, we agreed on delineation?
Yes. Yeah, I was surprised, but yeah.
Got lucky, I
Soils
guess.
were-
Must have been a spot that the sun hit.
Oh, yeah, we were digging down.
Yeah.
Yep, no problem.
All right, very good. Let me pass it along now.
Porch off the back. I can tell you now, that's gonna be a bit of a tough row to hoe. Was there any alternatives analysis, I mean, is it just a second-story porch? What do the footings look like for that guy?
Good evening, once again, Commissioner Dennis Rucci with Andover Consultants here on behalf of the applicants, Alyssa and Ryan Heffernan, who are both here this evening. I do have, is it okay to share this with you?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is the preliminary layout, the most recent, which shows what's happening on the second story and the first story, this is the first floor and the second floor plan. So it's only a second story porch addition. The first floor will be left natural crushed stone or some other pervious surface. So I don't know if you can see on that plan what I'm describing, but the structure on the left side of the house will be the second story porch with the pervious surface below, and then on the right is the secondary access enclosed staircase.
So the porch will be elevated on footing or on
There'll be a helical pile.
piers,
Yep.
and then the enclosed stairs will have a full foundation?
Not a full foundation,
Would it-
according to the builder.
frost?
Yeah, I think just on footings, is that right? Concrete footings?
Yep.
Yeah.
Footings.
So that'll be elevated too, or no?
It will be partially elevated, to line up with the first floor.
It'd be down 4 feet though, right? Low grade.
It has to be, right?
Yeah.
It has to be down 4 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There will be some minor excavation required for the construction of the stairwell.
Is there any mitigation plantings proposed for the work within the 25?
There is none at this moment. I know Amy mentioned it in her overview, something I'm sure the applicants would consider. Amy, if you wouldn't mind scrolling down, there are some pictures that we can look at, just so the commission has an understanding of what is there currently, so you can go down a bit further. But as Amy described, it's all current lawn area, it's used, it's well fenced in. So if you go down, Amy,
One
maybe
more.
to page 3 or 4, or 4 maybe.
Okay.
So that's the deck and the patio that would be replaced as part of the proposed work. And if you cycle to the next one, so this is the corner of the house behind the existing garage. So on the right side of this picture would be where that second story porch is. On the left side would be the enclosed stairwell. It doesn't actually extend out as far as what's there today, so it's again, it's all previously disturbed, as you can see. So if you scroll down, I think one more, there might be a better angle. So that's looking at it from the other perspective. And you can see on the site plan where the stairwell would extend relative to that three-season porch, which is in the foreground there exactly, or the background, excuse me. But again, back to the question regarding mitigation plantings, we can certainly discuss with the applicant and with the commission about where those plantings may go and what type of plantings.
Okay. We'll see what everybody else has to say, see if we make you do that.
saw in the peer review, it was noted about the infiltration trench, and the volume being adequate, and I guess my concern is about the location, specifically because the construction access is over it, and that will compact the soils and kind of make that that area where the infiltration trench won't be able to infiltrate anything because it will be all compacted. So I would just ask for a review of that area, or the construction entrance and the infiltration trench. That's all.
Okay.
I'd like to discuss what is existing now and what is going to be added. And maybe, Amy, you can help with the pictures as we go through. What's marked here is the porch. Can I see that?
Yeah. So you want the previous thing we had up?
It looks like it's, the area that's going to be the porch is not, I was talking about in photographs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me get to
So,
this.
because that porch is going to be new, correct?
The porch is existing, so if you scroll up one picture, Amy, sorry, to page 4,
Okay.
perhaps. So,
All right.
oh, excuse me, okay, so you're talking about the porch with the ADU, the second
No,
story
I'm talking
porch.
about in the diagram that's attached here. You
Yep.
have on here existing dwelling, and then going from, as I'm looking at it, right to left, it says porch, and I imagine that's where the bulkhead is, right?
There's an existing 3-season porch in the background of this photo there, yep,
No,
exactly.
that's not, on this diagram.
Okay, you're talking about the new one, okay. Yeah,
Yes,
so you,
yes, so I
sorry,
want to
scroll
see where
down.
that's going to go. I think Amy was showing us
Yep.
in the last picture, right?
So
there.
this is the patio that will be rehabbed, this is the deck that will be rehabbed,
Yep, but,
and then that's the
Okay.
existing 3-season porch, and then on the other
yeah,
side.
yeah. I'm sorry, I meant to say patio, not porch, I'm sorry.
Okay, oh, that's okay.
Yep, so that patio is going to be rehabbed, correct?
Yes.
And it's going to be in the same
Footprint.
dimensions that currently exist? Yep. Okay. And then next to it is the deck,
Yep, which is right here.
and that is going to remain a deck
Yes,
and be rehabbed?
correct.
Okay, and can we go now, it says convert to 3-season,
Yep, which is this one.
convert the 3-season porch to 4-season, and we see that there.
Okay. And then on the other side of the porch
Is the crushed
is
stone.
where the new structures are going.
And that new structure is, it's marked here as crushed stone on the diagram, correct?
It's existing crushed stone. You can see in the pictures, there's crushed stone around those mechanical equipment and
Yep.
the cistern there.
And what's going to go there, if anything?
So the stairway will be closest to the 3-season porch in the background.
Yeah.
It'll extend out 8 feet, so it won't extend out as far as the existing porch does. And then that will come out 12 feet, so it'll go 8 feet out from the face of the house and then 12 feet towards us. And that'll be one component, which will be the enclosed staircase. And the second piece will be kind of where Amy's showing it now. Well, that'll be the second-story porch with crushed stone or lawn beneath it. So that will not be impervious on that half.
Where is that, the second story is up above the 3-season porch?
It's at the corner of this picture, so the front corner where the downspout comes out of the corner of the house.
Yeah, right here?
Yep.
So this part is going to be a dwelling now? No?
The first floor is going to be garage. It'll be an expanded garage, if you can look at the architect's plan. And the second story will be the ADU addition.
So that's all going to take place in this area here?
Correct.
And on top of the garage.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's going to be in the area here that is currently not a dwelling, that is stone and grass?
Yep.
See, that I have a problem with. So that's the only issue I seem to have with the project. I just don't know, an alternatives analysis is great when something is absolutely necessary, but I think this is an improvement to property, and I don't think it's necessary. That's all I have.
Okay.
Just, so the garage is gonna be moved back, and the
Yeah.
porch, the porch is gonna be on some sort of
The porch will be second story on a helical pile.
Got it, thank you.
And then the access way, the access to the ADU will be that other component of that
The
rear
stairs.
addition.
Okay, thank you, that was what I thought, and then I thought it. I'm okay for now on questions, thank you.
Redirects? Any abutters here that want to be heard on this project? Would-
the opposite side.
Would you mind going up to the podium? Because we have to, if you want to testify, we have to get your name, your address, and then your...
So Pam Yamin, it's 224 Bridle Path,
Okay.
and we've been neighbors for a long time, and I've been following, and they've been talking a lot about what's going to happen there, and I am in support of it. I'm happy to have it.
Thank you. Any others? Anybody else? None, no others. Answer. Amy?
Mr. Chairman, is
Yes,
this
sir.
sorry,
Yeah.
Amy, was this the one where there was a letter
Yeah,
submitted,
there
or
was
is
a
that a
couple,
different one?
yep, there was a couple of comment letters.
Do we have to read those, or
They can either be read into the record or attached as exhibits.
I mean, they are in the swap, they are in the meeting drive, so they're publicly accessible in the link. There was, the first comment letter came in to be read at the February 25th meeting, which didn't happen, right? We had to continue that or something. Oh, no, we couldn't, yeah, we didn't have a quorum. So this was sort of a removed abutter, but it's a butter at 137 Brentwood Circle.
Sure.
And she had concerns over additional impervious area, but she may have been mistaken about exactly which property we were talking about, because she mentions the property that she's concerned about has a pool, so it's not the same property, basically. We received a second abutter comment, not quite a direct abutter, but a Rachel Lindsay from 691 Great Pond Road, that talked about the fact that, there is no in-ground pool at 200 Bridle Path, and the Bridle Path is lower in elevation than Mrs. Yee's at 137 Brentwood, so kind of.
So, these abutter letters, are they statutory abutters? Are they within the 300-foot statutory?
I believe,
I do not think they were
Well-
notified.
Pardon me?
I do not think they were on the certified abutters list.
Because that makes a difference whether or not
yep.
the letters are to be considered at times of deliberation or not. If they're not statutory abutters, they, yeah, I mean, they just have to be 300 feet. Yeah. I'm asking because a statutory abutter has the right to appeal the project.
Yep, well, anyone has the right to appeal the project, any 10 residents if they're not direct abutters. But Ms. Yee at 137 Brentwood is an abutter within 300 feet,
Okay,
but the comment letter from Great Pond Road residents is not an abutter within 300
Okay.
feet. So. But I think 137 Brentwood was mistaken about exactly which property was subject to the notice of intent.
that's okay.
Yep.
That's all right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. All right.
So we,
Can I
we,
just add
Yes,
one more comment?
absolutely.
In the practical alternatives analysis, it was noted that side-mounted stairs were rejected What side was that?
The left side of the house.
Were there any alternatives for using the existing disturbed porch space?
Which, the porch in the rear?
Yes.
It wouldn't connect to the ADU if we went above the porch. It would connect to the main part of the house.
Removing the porch instead of rehabbing it.
That's part of our primary residence. So even if we had stairs, it would block to the windows of the back of our house. And then you'd still have to have stairs that would come this way to be able to get into the entrance of the ADU. Otherwise, it'd be cutting through the primary house. So you'd still need stairs to the right.
So to answer your question, I believe.
Oh, we need you at the
Oh, sorry.
podium, just
Sorry.
because, and you can introduce yourself.
I'm Ryan Heffernan. I'm the owner and resident of 200 Brattle Path, Alyssa's wife, Alyssa's husband, excuse me. Long day at work, I apologize. To answer your question, ma'am, if we were to remove the existing porch and put a stairway, that would not connect to the proposed addition where the ADU is to be built. The ADU is to be built above the garage, and the porch does not connect with the garage at this point, as stated. So we would still, so there is no direct connect to where the ADU would be built if we were built over the porch.
I guess I would just request, as we're thinking about this, some additional work on the alternatives analysis, such as taking some space in the garage or just thinking outside the box. Because I think as other commission members have mentioned, this is a waiver, and so I think some additional work needs to be done on that, but that was just my opinion.
May I make a comment just in regards to the design? So the design for the ADU, we on purpose are going to extend the garage forward. So we're building into the existing driveway to not have to go out and back. To the side of the garage, we'd need a full foundation, and that would be digging within the 25 to 50 foot zone, and we'd need a full excavation, full foundation, full cement. The reason why the stairway is proposed in the back is that it would lead into the garage to connect with the primary residence stairway in a combined mudroom. And that way, my mother, who is also here, and this is who the addition is for, she would be able to connect into the main home and have access to the first floor. And so that's, I can try to point out.
No, I think I get what you're saying. I guess I'm just looking at this and seeing a 3-car garage, and I understand that it's being bumped out. I'm just asking for additional thought.
Yes. So the reason why it's being bumped up to accommodate the 3 of our cars, and we would have done a 3rd bay, but then that.
I'm saying 2 bays or I'm just saying exploring not adding a 3rd bay. And
Oh, it's to be able to accommodate the stairs and an elevator to be able to go up to her ADU. And then the stairs in the back would connect without any excavation in the back. It would just be helical piles
Okay.
versus full excavation.
No, I think I get the excavation. I think we're talking about 2 different things,
Okay.
so it's fine.
Our staircase, is there going to be an opening to the rear of the house? Or is it just going to open into the garage?
Into the garage is the design.
Okay, so you shouldn't anticipate a pathway going around to the back or
No.
anything like that?
No, sir.
It's direct access, sorry. It would be direct access from the garage.
Anybody else? We need to continue, because you don't have a DEP number, so I just want to give everybody else a chance to ask any more questions that you may want to consider making modifications or any changes that may have to be done when you come in next time.
Can I guess I'd want to see proposed mitigation next time you folks come in, given the incursion into the 25 especially. So if you have thoughts on that, next time you're in front of us, I'd want to hear those. Is that okay?
Yeah, it absolutely is okay. Sean?
I have no other questions.
No questions, okay. Chris?
All set.
So I guess based on whatever comments you heard tonight, you consider how you're going to address them at the next meeting?
Yes, we will. We appreciate the commission's time and their feedback. So we'll have some
So do you want,
Materials.
do you need 2 weeks or 4 weeks? I guess that's the question.
That's a good question. When would we be able to submit revised materials and allow the commission enough time to review?
Well, it's seven business days? 7 business days prior to the target meeting. So with the every other week meeting, it doesn't give you a lot of time. You may want to collect comments from the planning board and maybe do a comprehensive resubmittal.
So let's plan on a 4-week continuance, is that?
So we'd still have the planning meeting? Is that?
Yes. the
Oh,
plan
yeah,
would be-
yeah.
yep.
You would-
Yeah, and
Yeah,
hopefully you
'cause
have a
that's next
DEP
week.
number by then, and any of the things, anything that was raised, you can address, hopefully.
I just have one question about the enclosed staircase. How is that going to get supported? Is that a frost wall foundation or a slab?
It's not a,
We'll get a more detailed explanation from the builder.
Okay.
But what we were told was that it would not be a full foundation. It would be essentially on piles or on piers. We can get a more detailed description from the builder.
Okay.
All right, everybody good?
Need a motion?
Motion to continue.
To what date?
To, April what? 8th? April 8th.
I move that we continue this matter till April 8th.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous, April 8th. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you.
Are we doing a decision on Berkeley Road, or are we doing
We're opening Berkeley Road.
opening Berkeley Road?
Yeah.
Okay, NACC number 356.
Alrighty. So this project is another ADU addition, stairs and patio. Construction is within the 100-foot buffer zone, but just outside the 50-foot no-build zone to an off-site isolated vegetated wetland. So this project is jurisdictional under our bylaw only. The IVW is located on the Royal Crest property, and it was previously reviewed and affirmed through an ORAD that was a comprehensive delineation for the Royal Crest property, but it's still currently valid due to permanent extension acts, so that line is still valid. A portion of the new ADU will occupy a footprint of an existing rear deck. The construction entrance, stockpile area, and dumpster locations are called out on the plan. There is an existing shed that is shown within the 50-foot no-build zone, with a corner slightly into the 25, which was installed by previous owners without a building permit or a wetlands permit. I scoured our files and our electronics, but there's no one pulled a permit for that shed. Plan needs some updates per our notice of intent checklist, and it may be a smidge big per the ADU zoning regulations, so they need to do the calculations, and it may change just a little bit, but it's not a huge discrepancy. The ZBA will review this at its April 14th meeting, as they are seeking side yard setback relief. I have visited the property. We visited with Maureen yesterday, and it's a flat lot, and we did talk about, with all the leaves off, the backyard looks right up into one of the apartment buildings at Royal Crest, which is, and we talked about perhaps they'd want to include some conifers along the property line, so I suggested that they add that to the plan as well. And they are amenable to just eliminating the shed and taking it off-site and not trying to find another place for it or anything like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. Maureen Harold is with us this evening if you have any questions.
Let's find,
But we need to continue because ZBA still needs to
You're-
open
you're-
in April.
you're recommending we have to continue to,
Yep.
till April. Okay, so I'll see if there's any preliminary questions, see if anybody has any ideas. Brad?
That's not a fence I see on there, that's just compost filter sock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Around the
actually a
edge.
stone wall, and then the
Just a
sock
stone
would go
wall
up
out back.
against it. Yep.
Yeah, I imagine we're gonna have to remove that shed.
I did mention, I asked the design engineer about the possibility of infiltrating the new roof surface, so that's on his radar
Yeah,
as well.
Has stormwater been looked at for this?
No, but at least some infiltration methods, something to try to incorporate. So.
Is the pavers that you got in there, are they pervious, or are they gonna be mortared in, or?
We weren't originally going to make them pervious. In fact, the homeowner was on the fence about the patio, but I had recommended adding the patio, so they didn't need to come back to the commission. So I can get some more detail on that. If they're required to be pervious, we'll have pervious pavers.
I don't have anything additional. Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't know if Brad was done.
I'm sorry.
At most, I don't know if we'd force you to make it pervious, but I don't know, a pea stone drip edge or something around the edge could be useful. I'm all set.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Sean?
No questions, I just agree the shed probably needs to be relocated.
Oh, sounds like it's agreed to.
Is the shed on like, what does it sit on? Is it on grass or?
I think it was on cinder blocks,
Yeah,
is my
I
memory.
think so. There's no like slab or anything.
Right,
It's
there's
just
no-
propped up.
Okay, and the owners don't have a problem getting rid of it?
No.
No, they're fine with it, so I'll have the engineer adjust the erosion controls around the shed and we'll remove it.
What about the abutting property, Royal Crest? There's a lot of activity going to take place there. Their water table is as high as it can be. Will that impact your project at all? Do you need to consider a swale or some way to redirect that?
No, this lot's a little bit higher than Royal Crest. There's a stone wall, and then it gradually goes down to an isolated wetland. We kind of poked our
Yeah,
head
it's
over the
slow.
wall and took a look at it. I don't think any drainage is necessary. The homeowners haven't complained about drainage being an issue.
Yeah.
I can check with them, but
Any sump pumps in use there?
I didn't notice, but
I didn't
this
notice either.
lot had a lot of snow in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
But that's why I provided the pictures in the NOI, just to give the commission a feel of
Gotcha.
what we're looking at.
Okay, thank you. I guess if there's nothing else, a motion to continue to April 22nd is in order.
The second.
Motion is second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that's unanimous, April 22nd.
Thank you.
Thank you.
25th. Is it 22nd? I thought it was the 25th. Okay, 22nd. Yeah. All righty.
Okay, is this 83 Academy ready to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
discussed?
Yep. So instead of doing the yellow highlights, I just put red text. I just feel like I use so much ink with the yellow highlights, so.
Way to save me.
I know, I try. I'll use a different color next time, so different ink well gets used.
That's right, I don't see any yellow.
I know, just red. Compliance.
On 44, weren't we gonna remove like specific perimeter controls, like instead of silt sock? We're gonna change that to perimeter control or something? Keep it generic?
Actually, Amy, that was something that we've talked about before.
Yeah.
Are we gonna be describing the type of controls we want the applicant to use, or can we just say erosion controls to be approved by the administrator at a site inspection? Because whether we're telling them 50 feet of silt sock, I mean,
Well, the problem with that is that if it's not specified, they'll get the straw wattle, and in some applications, it's just not appropriate. So I get on site and it's like they got the straw wattle and they don't ask me.
well, we say, well,
They
that's
will
what I'm saying. All we have to do
install
is add, say, erosion control method to be approved
Yeah.
prior to installation, prior to anything. I mean, because I feel like we shouldn't be telling any applicant what they can use for erosion controls unless there's a specific discipline that needs to be addressed on that.
Well, I would make the argument though that then we would just end up with the one that we would have requested anyways. Does that
I
make
may want to
sense?
use hay bales, and I may want to use silt fence.
Never hay bales.
Yeah.
Why not?
They carry a lot of invasive species and they're,
But they're not illegal. You can use hay bales. We don't have a description anywhere that prohibits.
I think I'll have to, I can review it, but the Massachusetts sediment and erosion control guidelines, I believe, do not recommend them.
Do they prohibit them?
I do not know that.
I'm just saying because unless Marissa's right and there's a regulation that says you can't, I'm gonna say to you, I'll put whatever erosion control you'll approve, and this is what I wanna do. Because otherwise, we're mandating the purchase of a particular product that we ought not to be doing.
The boilerplate 12-inch minimum fill truck sock or equivalent has been a boilerplate condition since Jen was here. So I'm not sure what the problem is all of a sudden. I'm just saying that's what this commission has been doing for a very long time.
It's not all of a sudden, it's just, I'm bringing it up now. I brought it up actually in the past, in your absence one time.
Okay.
I only brought it up because we talked about it, I don't care.
I think that I just make the argument that if it's per conservation's approval, then they'd be like, I want to do a straw wattle, and I'd say, well, we don't approve of that, and then we just end up with a silt sock anyways. Does that make sense?
Sure, but I think you gotta give the homeowner the choice, or the builder the choice. We can't, I mean, we're gonna mandate a
Well,
particular.
they're gonna choose the cheapest.
And then we want to prove
Non-functioning.
it.
So what if,
And then they'll end up with what we wanted
what
anyways,
if we,
is what I'm saying.
instead of saying a particular product, because
Okay.
I'm guessing that's where
Compost
Yeah.
mulch sock.
we can just say,
I would use the term erosion controls.
Oh.
Just,
Yeah, but-
there are many different types of erosion controls.
there are, no, to your point, there are, but I would just hate to see them put up a silt fence and call it a day and say, well, we have erosion controls.
If a silt fence is appropriate, it would be approved by Amy or not approved.
Okay,
Should we go like we do in our plan, just call out the silt sock or Amy approved equal?
yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, I'm saying they have to get the builder, owner, representative would have to get pre-approval. I'm just,
Well, aren't they supposed to submit an erosion control plan and that's what we're approving?
Yes.
As
so,
part of the notice of intent?
is that the case? I mean,
Yes, the erosion controls should be listed on the NOI application. And part of our approval process is approving what they are proposing.
I get your point about the product. I just wanna,
not all hay bales have invasive straw. Straw doesn't.
true. True.
You know, I may want to use straw and silt fence.
No, I agree, straw is good in
Well,
certain applications.
so this plan for 83 Academy, it says straw wattle detail. It says wattles shall be constructed of biodegradable tubular plastic, which is an oxymoron, or similar material, and shall be filled with straw or mulch.
So
That-
they're listing a particular type and product that they want to use. That's acceptable.
That would seem like an acceptable product.
That would be acceptable to me if they're saying this is what we want to do. What I object to is us telling them which product they have to use, unless there's some science
Okay,
behind it.
So I get on site and I disagree with them, and so you're setting your agent up for a big argument with the contractor.
It's going to happen before you get on site. They have to,
don't.
the way, well,
If it's not on the plan, they're gonna just buy whatever is the cheapest and easiest to install. I'm just telling you.
yeah.
But this one's on the plan, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Is this condition 42?
44.
44, sorry.
42 and 43, 42 and 44.
So I think, just for this particular project, the way to handle it would be at a minimum, a row of 12-inch minimum straw wattles as shown on XX
Yeah.
plan, whatever the plan is.
I have no objection to that. If they propose it,
Yeah.
you submit a plan, you submit it, and you say, this is what we want to use, and it's approved, that's fine. I'm just saying, there may be that, there are other products.
Yep.
We shouldn't be endorsing or
Yeah.
telling people what they need to buy.
Well, there are some instances where we would, specifically for perimeter controls, it will be like, how much energy does the water have when it's reaching them? Are we gonna need to have like a silt fence plus a straw wattle for structural support and stuff like that? So there are conditional things where we would need to specify a certain product. We can't leave this to
Also for the,
contractor.
but for the notice of intent, they should always be submitting a sediment and erosion
Yeah.
control plan. So for this item number that's a standard condition, we should always be referring to their erosion
Yeah.
control plan that we approved.
Yeah.
And if they don't have it, we can ask them to provide it, right?
We should be, yes.
Should make it mandatory.
Because that's a mandatory part of,
So we can have them tell us what they're gonna use,
Yeah.
and then,
I
you know,
just-
if there's no reason to say no, we won't say no, right?
yeah.
I have no objection to any remedy. I'm simply saying, we shouldn't be telling somebody what to buy
Yeah,
to
we
accomplish.
should, we should let them, we should have them choose while they're before us, not.
Well, before
They
they,
should-
before they submit the NOI, as
exactly.
Marissa says, let them make it a listing,
Checklist. Yeah.
part of the checklist, that's
Well,
fine.
It's required, that is a requirement of notice of intent submission, to
Yeah.
have a sediment and erosion control plan. So if they don't have it, their application is not complete, so
But
we just need to.
they should submit what they want to use, and Amy has the authority to accept or reject it.
No, we have it's on the
Well,
plan.
it shouldn't get past her.
Yes.
Right, if it is known.
It shouldn't get past her.
And
Shouldn't get past
42 should,
anyways,
Well,
because it's gonna be on the plan.
and
Yes.
42 should read something like perimeter controls to be installed as shown on the.
As
plan.
shown on the
Okay.
sediment and erosion control plan, and then I think that
And 44
Let
should be an
them
additional
choose, right,
50
and
feet
then-
of perimeter control.
lets us
Yeah,
approve
is
it.
44 just like basically extra?
Emergency,
Okay.
yeah.
And Amy, what percentage of the plans do have that sediment control plan and materials listed
Oh,
on it? 80,
like
90?
All, yeah,
Okay.
upwards of 90 plus.
It's really only the small projects that come
Yeah.
in that don't have stuff defined.
Yeah, which those, straw wattle or 8-inch, they don't need as much heft for erosion controls with small projects and even RDAs.
First conversation we had about it was, I don't remember, it was an RDA or a small project. It wasn't an NOI. But,
it was a condition that required
yeah,
the purchase and installation of a particular product.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm objecting to.
Okay,
and that's, yeah, I just. just.
So these should, the templates then should just reference back to the plans, right?
I think so, yeah.
But that's not necessarily applicable, it's just go
Yeah.
back to like what had the previous conversations,
Yeah.
that wouldn't apply to RDAs and small project. Well,
But
they
these,
would,
these
but-
notes are just
Yeah,
for the notes
exactly,
of
just-
standard, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
For NOIs, we would refer to plans. For the other RDAs and small projects, we refer to Amy when you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
I have a question about this proposal. There's a reference to a retaining wall to be determined by others in the middle. Did you guys see this? Have you guys seen this place?
No.
Like, did you go walk out?
I did. I haven't really looked at that retaining wall, though, I have to be honest.
Okay, I couldn't see it in the picture. Like, I didn't see it in the pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything to worry about there. If there's nothing to worry about there, we don't have to worry about it.
We can call it out on, in the order, that there's a notation on the plan for the, someone to, or whatever, and that if any work on that retaining wall is proposed, that they need to come back.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't know.
Okay, I'll add that.
Sorry.
No, thank you, that's,
Matt, will you stop apologizing for everything?
no,
It's my DNA. Just raised cat, that's all.
Are there any other changes, amendments?
is, the bond of 2,000 acceptable? Does that seem reasonable?
Yeah, because the, Board of Health is gonna be
Yeah.
really governing
Yeah.
the project and making sure it's
Yeah,
complete,
they'll-
so.
Yeah.
Matt, where is that retaining wall?
I'm sorry?
Where is that retaining wall that you were talking about?
If you look, so in the plan, it's kind of right in the middle, next to the accessory structure, coming kind of off the back of that.
Yeah,
Did you,
I see that.
It's always good
Yeah,
to see an
I'd spell it
attorney point things out like that to an engineer.
Yeah.
You don't see that happen every day.
well, it's because it's in words. If it were just in pictures, I never would have seen it.
Yeah, because they're tying all
Yeah.
the grades into it.
Also, I just went to fundamentals, so about reading plans.
Excellent.
Just trying out my new
Still
skills.
working
You're certified.
Not yet.
Certifiable.
Get the stamp.
Okay.
Anybody feel moved?
I move that we approve the orders, the order of condition with the amendments noted for DEP file number 242-1925, 83 Academy Road.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? There being none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, and that's unanimous.
Can you send this down for signatures? Thank you.
I suspect we're ready for one last motion.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, and that's, we are adjourned.